Hi there, this is Jeanette Comerford for Whimsy Stamps, and my video today is a card making video. I am going to be using this sweet elephant image. It is called Elephant with Bouquet, and it is from Whimsy's March 2016 release, and I will be using a no-line Copic marker technique to color it up. So I am using Memento Desert Sand to stamp my image. Usually I use Memento Tuxedo Black, but Desert Sand is a very nice light color. You can see it here. And I also stamped the image in Tuxedo Black so that I have something to refer to as I'm coloring, because I will be losing some of those lines. Once you sort of use some of those darker markers, the lines sort of fade away, and so it's nice to have something that is stamped in a darker color so that you can refer to it. I started with my C1, laying that down where I want my shadows, and then I blended it with C00, and now I'm going back in with my C3. And so when you're using this technique, because you're losing those lines, it's really important for you to make sure you add the definition and the shadows where they need to be so that the image has dimension. I'm going to go back in now with my C1 and start blending away the C3 so that I get a very nice gradual blend. And I really like this look. It's so soft and so pretty. And with an image like this, where it is not too complicated or too complex, it's a really good starting point. Added now some R30 as a cheek color, and then I'm blending that away with the C00. Now, as I was trying to blend, I realized that my markers were a little bit dry. So I stopped the video and I refilled my gray markers, and I was getting much better results. So if ever you feel like you're working too hard with your markers, it may be time to refill them. So I'm just going back and forth with those three markers until I get it to look exactly the way I want it to be. Starting again with my C1, adding that where I want my shadows, blending it out with my C00, and then going back in and adding the deeper shadows with the C3. So this is the technique I'm using, and you can see as I am coloring that those very pale lines are sort of fading away so that you get this really soft, almost watercolor look to your coloring. So I have listed all the numbers that I've used at the bottom of the screen, and I'm going to use the exact same technique, going in with my lighter colors, adding the dimension with the darker ones, and then just blending away until I get the exact look I want. So for now, I'm going to put on a little bit of music for you so you can listen to that as we finish the coloration, and then when that's over, I'm going to come back and I'm going to show you how I completed the rest of the card. I'm going to be creating my background with the Copic airbrush system. So I stamped the image on some Eclipse masking paper so that I could have a nice mask. I also created a mask for the ground using the stitched border dies. And now I'm just putting that blue color more concentrated right around the elephant and letting it sort of fade away. And then I will put the mask on the sky part so that I can add the grass. So once that's done, I can take off the masks, and you can save those masks for another time. It is a little bit time consuming to make them, so once you have them, don't throw them away. And I did not cut all the sort of inside part of the flowers and the stems, so I am taking a lighter marker color and just sort of adding in the color, and you can't tell the difference. You can't tell that I didn't airbrush it. I'm going to take my Copic multi-liner and I will just add some of the details that were lost, sort of the eyes and the mouth, eyebrows. And I'll take my white gel pen and add a few highlights to the elephant and to the butterfly. Just going to trim that down so it measures 4 by 5 1/4. I'm going to use this large friend die to die cut some Neenah cardstock, and then I'll just keep it in the cardstock. I won't pop it out yet. And I'm just using those same colors I used for the petals of the flower to create this ombre effect. So I have the darker markers at the bottom and the lighter marker colors at the top. And I really like how that matches the flowers and the pinks in the ears. It really makes your card look a little bit more pulled together. Just creating a card base here. Now my trimmer, the blade of my trimmer is a little bit old, needs to be replaced, so the edges were a little bit ragged. I'm just using that file to file them down. I'm going to be adding the panel to my card base using some adhesive tape here. For the die cut word, I'm using Ranger's Multi-Matte Media. It dries to a clear finish. And I'm just going to pop it onto my card and lay my mounting block on top of it. And then I'm just going to finish it up using some adhesive pearls that I'm going to scatter. And my card is done. Thanks so much for watching. I really hope you've enjoyed learning how to do this no-line technique. A full list of supplies and links can be found below this video on YouTube or in my blog.